Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Rizing Games Podcast.
Hello.
I'm here today with a special guest.
The leader of the Rizing Games course.
And also a BAFTA awarded. Michael Farrow Killick. Sorry for butchering that.
No, it's a mouthful now after I got married. Like, it's crazy.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. So today we're just going to be talking about, it's kind of almost a lead up to episode 8 with game engines. I wanted to talk to you about like Unity and also like what have you done in the industry and like how you've actually done it and like the stuff that you've got. So I've actually asked our class what like questions that they'd like to ask you. So
yeah, sorry we couldn't get more groups involved.
No,
it's calm. But yeah,
I'm happy to share. Like,
but yeah, so should we start with the questions first, or should we ask them us, or should we do them?
Let's see if Michael has anything to say.
Oh yeah, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
Move the mic over to him.
what is in regards to Unity or
just in general? What would you like to say for the people on the podcast?
Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Like, it's been great that obviously Felix and Sig have been able to pull this all together. I've been saying about getting a podcast together for years, but I think we've not been able to get the right people to kind of maintain all of this. So it's the fact that you're up to 10th already, like it's felt like it was just yesterday you started all this. So this is awesome. Like, it's been really good to get this together. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay! All right, so I think first we'll start with the questions that some of the class has gotten. The first one. Well, obviously, so we know that you've gotten the BAFTA. How was that? Like, how did you feel? Like, what did you do and stuff like that?
I'll be honest with you. It was Easter Monday, 2021. I was just stood in the kitchen, and obviously, I shouldn't be looking at my work emails over the holidays, to be fair, but I've got this email come through from the BAFTA, and I thought it's probably just a mailing list thing, you know, when you sign up and that. And then when I saw that it said your students have nominated you for a BAFTA, I lost my mind. I literally ran into the living room to obviously my now wife and went, I've been nominated for a BAFTA, and we just jumped. We just couldn't believe it that had happened.
Wow.
It was honestly, it was crazy. To this day, I still don't know who nominated me. I don't think I'll ever know, but it was just so out of the blue. And then from there, it was just the rest of that, like summer, like spring to summer, was a complete wild ride of opportunities that came up. Like my LinkedIn notifications blew up. Like it was crazy, man. It really was. Twitter and LinkedIn were on fire, but it was so humbling to be noticed for some of the things you do. Obviously, all the amazing people that I've worked with on CRC and with Rizing Games, like they've been absolutely fantastic. But then, just for something like this to come out of the blue, it was really heartwarming, and it was really quite special, to be honest with you. So whoever it was that did that, thank you.
Yeah.
There's something they're listening then.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah, well, that's great. So obviously you have gotten the BAFTA, but are there any other major achievements that you've gotten, or is the BAFTA like the only thing like that's a crazy achievement? Have you gotten anything else?
Yes, well, obviously, as you both know, because I've mentioned it, I've mentioned it maybe once or twice in your classes. So I think it was probably about a week or two after the BAFTA nomination. I was out shopping, and for anyone that's on LinkedIn, obviously you do get a lot of those like marketing messages, and they say, "Oh yeah, look, we've seen you online. We'd love to connect, whatever." So this person messaged me, and they were like, "Look, we want to get you to write a technical book." And I looked at my wife at this point, and I was like, this just sounds a bit fishy. It doesn't sound, it doesn't sound legit, right?
Yeah.
So I messaged them back, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go with it and see what happens. And when I did a bit of digging into their profile and some of the stuff they were saying, it actually sounded really legit. And it wasn't long till I actually had a Skype call with this with the publisher, and they said, look, we want to do a book with you. And then as the months progressed, contracts were signed, and it was like, I'm actually doing this. I'm writing a book. I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was honestly, it was ludicrous. So I put off the book for about 5 months because at the time it wasn't the right time for me. So I signed the contract, I think it was like New Year's Day of 2022, and I had till the 14th of August to write the whole thing. And that was like 11 or 12 chapters, and I was like, how am I going to get this done?
Obviously you've done it, so...
Honestly, yeah, it was really crazy. Like, I remember I was sat in lesson, it was nearly 2 years ago now, actually, and I just... You know when you get bored and you Google your name on obviously Google, but I put my name in onto Amazon and then my pre-order appeared and I went, oh my God. I actually freaked. And then obviously Laurie, then she pre-ordered it and lots of friends and family pre-ordering it and the whole thing, it was really surreal that suddenly you've got a product that you can buy online and you've got a pre-order. It was absolutely nuts. So my goal was obviously, it was never about money or whatever, like to make some like a few extra pennies off of it. It was always to be, I want a resource in a classroom in a library. That was always the intention. So I don't know, maybe I'll do it again. Like, I've spoken to the publisher about writing another book, but we'll see. So
what would you call it?
Well, I always joked around, because obviously the book's called The Way We Play. I always joked around and said we should call it The Way We Play Together.
That's good.
See what I did there? Yeah. So, I don't know. I really am not sure. So I might write a second one, but it'll be more of like a smaller, like handbook size. But again, that was just off of the BAFTA. From there, obviously, I've done like talks, and I've done workshops with schools and stuff. So it's just always been about getting the next generation into games. Like, that's always been the goal from the very beginning.
Getting people excited.
Yeah, like I for those that are listening, that obviously they know a bit of my journey. Like, I studied at college here once upon a time, and the opportunities that were provided to me way back when were unbelievable. Like, I offered opportunity to go to E3 and exhibit work there, and loads of different expos and like marketing events here, releasing and publishing games. Like, I was given so many opportunities when I was a kid related to games. My ethos within the job and towards, like, for you guys even now, like, it's always been about me and the team providing you with opportunities, if not better opportunities that we were offered. Like, this is it, like, even now the podcast, like, we would never have thought to have done this like 10 years ago, but finding the right people, finding the people that want to have the passion to actually do it, obviously we hit the gold mine this year. So it's important that the people that come through these doors are to experience. It just happens you're going to get qualification out of it. So we want you to have fun. That's the whole point of it. It is quite literally all fun and games.
That's great. That's actually great. No, honestly, the thing when you said like searching your own name up, it sucks. I wish I had the same thing, because like, bro, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I'll be like, oh wow, I wonder what my name's how is it gonna show up? My name just doesn't show up on anything. Like, it doesn't show up. Like, my actual name doesn't. I'm sure.
You've got quite a unique name, so I'd have thought like anything you've done would be quite like appear quite quickly.
Have you put anything out though?
No, I haven't. No,
that would be why.
Yeah, but if you put your name in, no, but I'm not saying.
If you put my name in, nothing comes up.
Yeah, no, surely something. No, not of you. Just
Not
in
of
general,
me.
something about the name.
Oh wait, nothing.
Like nothing about my name shows up.
Oh, if you look at my name, you get controversy. So.
Oh well.
wow.
Oh, okay. Well, so there you go.
It's not me though. It's someone else with the same name. But yeah, no.
But so, well, it's great. I'm also, just a little small tangent. I'm so happy. In secondary, I was in like this like radio club thing, and we were meant to like do stuff. We ended up doing absolutely nothing, and I found out later because there was a sixth former that was actually helping the group before, and I had a little chat with him, and he said that everyone in this club didn't actually do anything. So when they actually went around and like interviewed like teachers, but they showed, and it took them, it was literally, they recorded 5-10 minutes of audio, and it took them 6 months to finish like editing it and then actually posting it or something. Yeah, no, it's a mistake. I'm like, oh, that's well, no, because I'm so baffled. How can it take that long? And oh my god, when I heard the recording, it was the stalest thing I've ever heard. It was actually like, so what did you do before you started teaching here? And then the teacher just went up to was like, oh yeah, so I actually was a lifeguard and stuff like that. And then and she started talking about like how she went to different countries, and they went back
wow.
like, oh, that's really cool. It was like so because it sounded so sounded so scripted. Like it's insane. So I'm so happy though that we've actually got like a teacher and nonetheless like a BAFTA. Like,
I don't want to brag, but like, how does it take you to edit 10 minutes of audio? How does it take you 6 months?
No.
I'm sorry. I feel like I have the authority to say this since I edit like, I don't know, 30 minutes of audio every week. Yeah, well, I audio
literally
edit 30 minutes every week, and I do video stuff now as well with it. So it's like the fact that I do that every week, and then it took you 6 months to do 10 minutes.
No, it's not even because you know how it's just you. There was 5 people in that club.
Yeah, no, that's as well.
I was like,
maybe it's like too many cooks spoil the broth or something, but like still.
No, it wasn't even that case because like they each had their own role. There was like 3 people on editing, so like sorting it out, and then 1 person was 2 people was on editing, 1 person was scripting, and then like I think it was another person with like video because there was like also like a video thing, but that looked like.
Yeah.
So like.
I think I can actually answer why that is.
Yeah, but why?
Why? It's because you enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Like you do this every Monday. You come here, you record your episodes, and you go home and you edit them, and then you put them out on YouTube and Spotify. It's important that no matter what you do, whether it be your job or some form of education, you've got the drive. But more importantly, you're actually enjoying this. Like you're actually enjoying. You're getting passionate about sitting here and talking about this and getting wound up by other people's like not getting into it, like enthusiasm. If you've got it, you keep working with it. I think that's the only way you're actually going to find that you're happy and you enjoy something, by being enthusiastic about your ideas. Like that's probably why it was like stale.
No, but it's the fact that like they were also they were the ones who asked to set it up in the first place. That's what really confused me. I was like, oh, so who set it up? I was like, oh yeah, we asked if we could set it up, and apparently what they were using it for instead was just a hangout area instead. So that sucked.
That's dumb.
But yeah, I'm glad that we've actually got it done. Well, I'm actually glad that we've done it.
I'm glad that you've got it done. Like this, it's great that you've got this platform for you to be able to bring other people on and actually kind of chat. So it's worked well. Like, it's not like it's not Joe Rogan, but this is. But you're tackling something that we've always wanted, but actually. It might be because something that's great for the course, but actually it's great for yourselves because this is CV and portfolio building stuff. It's great, and there's a lot of positive comments that have come through on this as well. Even when we have like open days and people want to come in and join us for the next round in the course, and we go, yeah, we've got games going out, we've got some people doing the podcast as well, and they go, wow, that's really cool, and it's like, yeah, we have that because. We've got the people that are driven and passionate to do these extracurriculars. Yeah,
so. I think that's one thing I've noticed is really a lot of the stuff is very student driven because this was, although obviously you encouraged us to do it, me and Sig could have just said no, and then we could have just, Yeah,
that would have been the dream dead.
We could have just said no, but it's like the fact is that, I mean, there's not really any sort of staff part of the process of like recording and editing most weeks, so it's really just it's a perpetual cycle that's pretty much just continually run by the students, so it feels like it's a fully student run thing that's still part of this official part of the course almost, or like, and that's what I really like about it.
Like bread, no, like butter on bread, not bread on butter. My bad. So wait, I was just gonna like moving on. There was another question that a lot of people was actually trying to like get to. So how was it like what did you actually do and like to get into the industry, like into the games industry? Like were you originally like, oh my gosh, I want to be I want to do coding for games, or did you?
Do you mean like what was?
Yeah. Not what he worked before, as in like
what did he originally want? What got him into it?
So what like actually got you into the industry?
Wow, where to start? So
got it.
Yeah. So I kind of fell into games really. Like I was like 14, 15 years old, and as you do, you've got your parents, they're sat with you going through prospectuses, and they're like, so this is one of the most important decisions you're going to make now, because you need to decide what you're going to gonna do? Just on a side note to that, it is so difficult for young people now to kind of decide what they're gonna do for life. It's such a massive for you to have everything planned out from like 18 all the way up to retirement.
Yeah, it's that concept of like over choice.
Yeah, it's mad. And literally one day my dad had opened up this prospectus. I think it must have been like St Ives College, I think, and he went, oh yeah, look, there's games here. And I considered it. I thought, oh yeah, that'd be cool, pretty fun. Till one day I came to an open day here, and I nearly went into radio and broadcasting. And yeah, man, I really fancied the idea of like being like a radio host. Until my parents would be like, well, that sounds pretty cool, but maybe you're barking up the wrong tree a little bit. And the reason why they said that is obviously not being unsupportive, but they've spotted someone teaching games development here. And they went, I think maybe we need to come back on a second date. And we did. And when I saw the games department back then, I went, this is really flipping cool. And then suddenly I kept bumping into my future tutor at a few different like open days and stuff. And I went, the universe is trying to tell me I've got to do this, I think. There's something driving me here. One thing led to another. I was here studying on the course, and I was a bit unsure of what I wanted to do, but all I knew is that I wanted to build games.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also the passion as well to go, I want to teach others how to build games as well, and to help them go through the design processes that I went through with when I was releasing like mobile games and stuff. And one thing led to another. Qualified teacher, teaching games, and now kind of BAFTA book here. Like it's been crazy. So I've always had the passion of teaching others of how to build video games, but at the same time still working with obviously people like over at Frontier, and we've got Gamebridge Festival now as well, and FXP. There's loads of stuff that I've had going on in the background as well that again, it's not obviously for my benefit, but the things that we do like with Gamebridge and FXP, and we used to have Cambridge Festival, if either of you ever remember that used to be on Parker's Piece in July.
I don't remember that.
What year was this?
Unfortunately, it was killed off a couple of years ago. But we used to go down there and put on like
I lived here.
Oh.
So, like,
yeah, I get you.
I would have been here, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. Like, no, that's cool. Like, it's obviously it's not around anymore, but it opened the doors of being able to work with some really amazing people around Cambridge, because we've got like 17 to like 19% of the games companies here in Cambridge. It's like some really awesome opportunities to work with some amazing people. So, I kind of fell into games, and I've just loved it more and more. And it's just it's such a great subject to be within, and that community, like even in your tutor group now, you can look around the room and go, I talk to everyone, like I get on with everyone, because you've all got a similar interest, whether that be, I don't know, Minecraft, that game. Like, I just can't. The concept is great. I hate crafting. Absolutely hate crafting. I think it is such a mind-numbingly. I can't be controversial. I don't want to do this on this platform, but I just find crafting such a tedious mechanic. Obviously, no offense to any games out there that use that as a core mechanic, but if I want to earn my rewards, I want to do it through in-game currency. I want to go out on missions, side quests to get paid for that. But that's another topic for another day. Yeah. But but yeah, teaching games has always been something I've wanted to do from the get-go, really. So yeah.
That's great. I'm actually really relieving to hear, because personally, I didn't even I if I have to be honest, the only reason why I picked this course was because no course, every single course I've looked at, I've had no interest. So I just picked games because I was like, oh, games, and it's not esports. So I decided to choose it. I'm sorry for the esports. But no hate. I'm not gonna say anymore because
as literally I think even 4 years old, when I was first on the computer playing web games and stuff, when I was being supervised by my parents and everything, I think literally when my parents originally, when people asked me what I want to do when I grow up, I'd say game developer, and I've kind of stuck consistently with that the entire time. Just
something about the programming language. Like when I'm doing the course, it's just something about the programming language isn't clicking with me yet. I'll just have to wait for that click, and then I'll probably get a little bit better.
It takes a while. It takes a while for something.
You've got to understand why it works.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. Like you find your footing, you find your balance, and eventually when you get going,
It's like easy.
you'll be there. Yeah. It's one of those things that it just takes a bit of time. But the more you put in is what you're going to get out. So you'll get there eventually. Just wait till the second year. Like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using like Godot for the FMP because that's coming up. So I found that quite easy. I wanted to use Unity, but what I realized is that when I went on YouTube and looked for tutorials, I haven't seen any well done Unity tutorials other than like
Brackies.
like yeah, but the thing is that's like ages ago. So and it's not up to date, and especially with like all the recent updates, you know, it might be out of date. For example, like James, our RPG maniac, he's following an Unreal Engine 4 tutorial on Unreal Engine 5 because he can't find the Unreal Engine 5 one.
Yeah,
so
but
that's the
working
issue.
though, isn't it?
For now it is, yeah, but there's definitely going to be something that's not going to go like right, but hopefully everything goes well. So yeah, good luck, James. But yeah, also, so another question was, so obviously we all know that you love Unity and you'll shill it to the end of your life, but not as much as like not as much as Apple though, or like Macs. So, but like if there's one thing, like if there's a thing, like or a couple of things that you'd love to change, like about it, what is it? Would you change like about it to make it easier, or you know, to your like Unity itself, yeah.
Oh, that's a difficult one. Oh, blimey, I actually don't know on this one. If we talk about Unity itself, I actually don't know how to answer this one, to be honest with you. I think, do you know what? I genuinely don't know. I just really like it. I think it's really accessible in itself anyway. Like we've been teaching it on the course for probably nearly 10 years now. I think we've had it as part of the curriculum in some capacity. I think it's partly because we've had it's about 50% of the mobile market to be made using Unity, which is obviously a substantial amount of, like, if you think of how many mobile games are currently out there,
absolute tons.
Yeah, you lose track, and obviously that's a mixture of like Game Maker and Unreal and stuff in there as well. But Unity's always just been a bit of a legacy thing that we've had someone teaching it in some respect. Obviously, it's amazing that we've got Unreal on there as well now, and for us to be able to have like a multi-engine, a multi-disciplines course. It's excellent, obviously, having Steph obviously being able to deliver that, and we've got R&D from Lauren, audio from John, and then some Unity from myself. Like it feels that we've got a really solid games. It sounds really silly me saying that we've got a really solid curriculum, because we always have done, but it feels like you've got even more opportunities than maybe others did now, because they're exploring with different methods of design, different methods of programming, opening up so many different pathways of using two different engines. And obviously the more important thing is actually creative freedom, because you've already said, oh yeah, I've been trying to get used to Unity, but now I get to using Godot. Obviously we don't teach that, but if you want to use that and use in the classroom, great, then you can use that. We can find ways of porting games using that engine to help you. Like,
it uses C# as a language. No, C#, right? It does use C#.
It has three options for languages. You can either use GD script, C# or C++.
Oh, so it has its own language.
Yeah, it has its own one.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, and it compiles to C++, so it's super fast and super optimized.
Yeah. Like, I don't think there's anything I'd change about Unity itself. I am excited, actually, for Unity 6 that's coming out later this year. No idea when that's going to be. I'm hoping it's just before the summer, so we can upgrade to it for the next year. But it's interesting to see that Unity have gone back to their numerical number updates, because obviously the last one was 5, and then it went to 2018, 2019, 2020, etc. Obviously, because Unreal 5 is lower than 6.
Yeah.
So from a marketing perspective, that's really clever. I think that's a really good idea. So I'm excited to see where the engine goes now, and then obviously how my lessons will then change in a good way for the next round of people that come up, because I'm still going to teach Unity in the second year as well.
Yeah.
So we'll do things like visual scripting, for example, and that. So, but I won't spoil any more for you.
Will we learn more C#?
Yes.
Yay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I felt like
better level enthusiasm there.
Yeah. No, because I felt like basically, obviously for Project 3, I think it is. Yeah, Project 3. we did mainly just sort of like visual stuff, and
Yeah.
we kind of didn't really touch scripting whatsoever. And I kind of felt like I've still forgotten most of the stuff that I learned with the scripting. And obviously I can learn it all in my own time as well. But I feel like the way I work, I kind of almost have to be like, I guess the best way is like, I wanted to learn Python for absolute ages. Then for computer science GCSE, I was forced to learn Python, but I had to learn just the bare basics of it, just to get the GCSE. But what ended up happening is, because I learned the bare basics, what ended up happening is I kind of understood Python to a degree where I was like, oh, I can just take this further now because I understand how it works.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I know the basics, I might as well learn the entire thing. So then I want a similar thing with C#. If I kind of if I'm kind of almost forced to learn something to a degree, then I'll sort of go, oh, well, I know a little bit, I might as well take this further, and then I'll start taking it into my own hands more. But yeah, no, I felt like I didn't really get that, at least with the beginning with C#, because it felt more like I didn't really understand what was going on.
Okay, it's again, it's thinking like what you were just saying, Sig. I think it is like practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're gonna have workshops and stuff in the FMP. Yeah. So obviously, it's giving away a few spoilers now. So So you'll have. So similar to the way we're doing things for the second years at the moment, we've got lessons that incorporate tasks linked to criteria for you to pass, but there'll also be some like extra workshops, either that be in like R&D, Unity or Unreal Audio, to help you expand your skills a bit further. Mm-hmm. So things that maybe we didn't necessarily teach in the first 3 projects, they're going to make an appearance in the FMP. So yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we don't want your learning to just stop and we just say right in the classroom off you go. Like we're still going to be teaching you new things through the FMP.
All right.
But there will be a lot more creative freedom. And obviously you can work as a team. So you'll just have to wait and see when it comes around after half term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's one of our favourite assignments at least.
Awesome. Right, well, fair enough. Well, obviously we're very close on time and we need to wrap up. But there are 2 questions that I have to ask you. Number 1, what car do you drive?
Obviously, we did discuss Charlie. If you're listening and you've given me this question, bro, thank you very much. Bugatti Veyron is one of them, and then I've got a Porsche 911 as well in my garage, but I never normally drive that one, so it's calm.
I can't tell if you're lying or not.
Yo, the book sells, like.
So there you go, Charlie. So there's your answer. And also the second one, just to wrap everything up, would you PlayStation or Xbox?
Oh, I already know the answer to this one.
Right. So obviously, childhood-wise, and everything I've ever played, for anyone that's listening has known me for years, Uncharted games have always been on PlayStation. Absolutely love it. So I'm a die-hard PlayStation fan, but Halo, and various other like exclusive like series and that to Xbox, and for the purpose of the fact that obviously Deep Sea Scuttle as well, that we released last year, that was shortlisted for BAFTA in 2022, which we are still devastated that they were snubbed. But Xbox are great for development. I think from experience to supporting the team and the students last year getting things onto Xbox, really, really great. But for me, for entertainment-wise, PlayStation, I love it. I really want to be able to develop for PlayStation, so that's something in the pipeline. Well, but where's Nintendo, bro? Why were we not gonna throw it in the? Whoa!
No! It's not that bad. It's not that bad. No. I'm saying no because
I thought you were going to say like Nintendo's Universal.
They're all.
I feel like everyone must
okay, look, Nintendo's great. I love them. But with what is going on, like I think we told this about the last episode with the whole Power Up thing. It's the fact that like I love the Pokemon games. It's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where I am buying old consoles to play the old games, even though I could probably just emulate it. Except you don't get the experience from that. But yeah. So I like for example like Devil May Cry. I'm going to buy a PS2 just so I can get the experience for it, like just so I can play it and stuff.
Nice.
But it's like with the Pokemon games, I really love them. But the last good Pokemon game was Pokemon Arceus.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
No, but Scarlet and Violet is. Like,
They're
come
great.
on, man.
I just think the overall like polish of them, I think, could have been a bit better. I really enjoyed the story, to be fair. I thought the actual Pokédex itself was great. I'm
Yeah.
not going to get into this because I'm a massive Pokemon fan. I'm going to be running out of time. But obviously, Switch and Pokemon, that's enough said for me. Like that's just where it is. So
That would be great. That's great. But thank you very much. And also, I would love to battle you in a Pokemon card battle because I
Whoa,
collect
okay,
them. I would
okay.
love to. That would be great. I have multiple decks, and
I've got all my cards. I've got so many.
well, I have a Lost World deck, and I love that.
wow.
So I've got Giratina and Giratina V-Star. So
Wow.
I would call you a nerd, but we're all nerds.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, everyone who's doing the game design course, like you can't say anything.
Oh yeah. It ain't an insult. It's a compliment.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Mr.
thank
Michael
you.
Farrow Killick, for joining us on the 10th episode of the Rizing Games Podcast.
You're in double digits now. Like,
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Great.
Yeah,
I'm literally
excited.
blooming with happiness. I can't
That was
wait.
so sarcastic, like.
No, I needed to find the right word. I'm blooming with happiness. So yeah, I can't wait to see what the 20th episode. I hope it doesn't get to the point where like.
20th episode.
Well, yeah, no, because I don't
yeah.
want it to like we're like no, we're at the 10th. So what if we get when we get to the 20th? I can't wait to see the jump because I want like now that we've hit 10th, I wanna listen to the first episode, listen to the 10th,
how it's evolved.
yeah, and see how it's changed.
that's really
And then when we get to
It'll be-
20th, we'll either
Promise
get
you it's better.
we'll
It's
either-
much better.
No, yeah, it's 100% much like better. But it's like it's the fact that like what about from now till the 20th? Like we'll either sound like drowsier or like I
We'll
don't
be
know
better.
the same or stuff like that. But hopefully we will be better. But thank you very much.
No, thank
Um,
you
Well,
very much.
remember-
I'm listening every week, so
Okay.
yeah.
He's
No,
always
it's
listening.
great.
He's
Yeah.
always listening. You can't hide.
We can't hide from him. But yeah, okay, thank you very much. So we're gonna wrap up now. But thank you guys for listening. So yeah, have a good morning, evening,
Good night.
and good night.